Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer began their journey with this robust power station after a slightly delayed delivery. It took a while to arrive, and the box showed minor damage, but nothing that affected the unit itself. However, our reviewer was immediately met with a small disappointment. The necessary MC4 charging cable wasn't included, requiring a separate purchase. The initial charging process was quite impressive. The power station quickly reached 25% capacity in just a few minutes while drawing significant power, and the speed remained impressive until around 80%. At that point, a fan activated, and charging slowed slightly as it topped off, taking a few additional hours to reach 100%. All outlets and USB ports were tested and found to be functioning correctly. Early tests with various appliances yielded mixed results. A small heater, for example, ran for a shorter time than our reviewer anticipated, leading to an initial 4-star rating. However, subsequent tests revealed improved charging times with each subsequent cycle, and longer run times with more powerful heaters. This suggested that the initial runtime with the smaller heater might have been affected by factors such as the unit's initial charge cycle or ambient temperature. Further testing with other appliances, like a circular saw, sander, and vacuum cleaner, showed the power station capable of handling a variety of power tools, and also successfully charging several different brands of power tool batteries. Testing with solar panels proved to be more challenging. Initial tests with multiple panel configurations, ranging from a single 100-watt panel to a setup with 4 100-watt panels, showed a significant difference between the measured power output of the panels and the power input registered by the power station. Even using the recommended 300-watt configuration, the charging speed was slow on a cloudy day, highlighting the importance of good sunlight for effective solar charging. Later, during a camping trip, this client encountered an unexpected issue. The power station repeatedly stopped charging, requiring a reset to restart the process. This intermittent charging problem persisted despite numerous troubleshooting attempts, including using different panel configurations, changing connections, and disconnecting all devices. The problem only resolved itself by resetting the unit each time it stopped charging. Overall, this client's experience with this power station was a mixed bag. The initial charging speed was impressive, and the unit proved capable of powering several tools and appliances. The issue of unreliable solar panel charging efficiency and the intermittent charging problems later in the testing phase, however, presented significant concerns. While initially impressed, the recurring issue of needing to reset the power station to keep it charging resulted in a somewhat negative perception of its reliability, despite its initial strong performance.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer launched into a glowing description of their new portable power station, barely a day after receiving it. Our reviewer was immediately impressed with its robust build. There were no rattles or loose components. Even when moved around, the unit felt solid and well constructed. The fans, they reported, were surprisingly quiet and efficient. Setting up the power station with its accompanying app was straightforward, although this client did mention a small snag. The app, while functional, could be improved to be more accessible for users who rely on screen readers. Our reviewer, visually impaired, found navigating the app challenging due to reliance on visual cues, and expressed hope for future updates to improve its accessibility. This would involve more clearly labeled controls and a less jarring interface for screen readers. One detail our reviewer particularly appreciated was the audible clicks of the relays, a satisfying sound indicating charging status changes and inverter activation. The app itself provided clear information and allowed for adjustments, such as regulating the AC charging input. They lowered this to reduce charging speed, hoping to extend the lifespan of the device's long-lasting battery. They didn't need the maximum charging speed all the time, and the ability to adjust it provided excellent flexibility. A key test for this client involved powering a UPS uninterruptible power supply that ran their everyday devices. This worked flawlessly. The app accurately measured the power draw, initially peaking around 180 watts before settling to around 155 watts. The estimated runtime, even at that level of consumption, was a very respectable several hours, a time that could be extended even further by unplugging non-essential devices. While overall very pleased, our reviewer did mention a few minor areas for potential improvement. First, the lack of protective covers over the AC and USB ports was noted. This could be a concern for dust accumulation, especially in less than ideal environments. Second, the sheer size and weight of the portable power station, while manageable, could benefit from a dedicated rolling case for easier transport. It's not overly heavy, but moving it longer distances might prove cumbersome. Finally, the potential for an expansion battery pack was raised, perhaps one that could interface with the existing DC input. While acknowledging this feature wasn't essential, the option of extending its capacity through such a system would enhance its utility, even without the same level of integration found in some other similar systems. In closing, our reviewer expressed no regrets about the purchase and a high degree of satisfaction with the power station's performance. They were eagerly awaiting a power outage to put it through a real-world test, although perhaps not quite as eagerly as the anticipation suggests. Despite the minor suggestions for improvement, their overall experience was thoroughly positive, highlighting the device's reliability and functionality. That's a wrap. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Let's chat in the comments. See you in the next one.